Welcome to a late show, everybody. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Folks, I'm incredibly excited for tonight's show. I get to talk to Anthony Hopkins in a little bit. And I'm going to talk a lot about Chris Evans' penis. Not with Anthony Hopkins, separately. But the thing that's got me so excited is what's happening 179.98 million miles away on Mars. It's time for Space News, Martian Chronicle. Mark your calendar, folks. Red letter day, because this morning at 3:34 Eastern Time, NASA's Ingenuity Mars helicopter succeeded in its historic first flight, making it the first aircraft in history to make a powered, controlled flight on another planet. 117 years after Kitty Hawk, we flew a helicopter on Mars. And as a tribute to the Wright brothers, Ingenuity has a bit of fabric from their aircraft. And for fun, they stuck on Orville's mustache. Now that we've got a helicopter up there, it's only a matter of time until we get a Martian traffic report.
Looks like things on the red planet are bumper to bumper from Olympus Mons all the way to the polar ice caps. Traffic on the ones is brought to you by iron oxide. Iron oxide is what makes Mars red.
Let's take a look at some of the amazing images. There it is, taken off. Okay, hovering, a little left and right there. Little hovering, pretty nice. And back down. Boom. Amazing stuff. I say they got 2 more flights before it ends up stuck on the neighbor's roof. Wasn't a long flight. It lasted just 30 seconds and reached an altitude of about 10 feet. May not sound like a lot, but 10 feet means Ingenuity can dunk. Today's mission was the first of several because the helicopter could make as many as 5 flights in the coming weeks. Although, to save a couple of bucks, one of those flights has a layover in Charlotte. But there's a Chili's too. Somebody should tell that helicopter there. Okay. But flying helicopters on Mars isn't even science's biggest achievement of the day because there's light at the end of the pandemic tunnel. And I'll tell you all about it in tonight's installment of The Vaccine.
Inoculation for the whole nation. Get a shot in your arm and get a haircut. Inoculation, go on vacation, but please watch out for the next mutation.
There's great progress on the vaccine front because as of today, half of all American adults have received at least 1 shot. Half of the people are at least halfway there, and 2 halves makes a holy crap, we might be able to go to the movies again. Today's also the first day that all U.S. residents 16 and older are eligible for the COVID vaccine. This is a big achievement for President Biden because it means he met the April 19th deadline that he set 2 weeks ago, getting things done. It's a huge contrast from his predecessor, Voldemort. Even under that guy's most optimistic projections, at this point, only 1/3 of U.S. adults would have received their jug of government bleach. Now, to promote the vaccine last night, President Biden participated in a star-studded event called Roll Up Your Sleeves, presented by Walgreens. It's a wonderful public-private partnership in the vein of FDR's Fireside Chats.
It is whispered by some that only by abandoning our freedom, our ideals, our way of life, can we build our defenses adequately. I do not share these fears, and neither do the good people of Pancake Jug. Pour me a pancake.
The stars turned out in force to promote the vaccine, from Kumail Nanjiani and Ellen Pompeo to Amanda Seyfried and Jane Seymour. And you can trust Jane Seymour because she's a medicine woman.
To enjoy this joke, stream CBS's Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman on Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus, a mountain of entertainment.
The headliner was former President Barack Obama.
I want to make sure that our communities, particularly ones African American, Latino, as well as young people, understand that this will save lives and allow people to get their lives back to normal. And the sooner we get more people vaccinated, the better off we're going to be.
Mr. President, I get my second vaccine shot tomorrow. I cannot wait. I think it's important for us to keep talking about the vaccine. So I'm telling all my friends, yo, man, forget what happened back in the day. Every black person, please go out and get vaccinated.
I am vaccinated.
You know you can believe it if Shaq promotes it. He wouldn't lend his name to just any old thing. Another highlight came when Dr. Anthony Fauci was interviewed by actor Matthew McConaughey. Wow, the sexiest man alive was interviewed by Matthew McConaughey. McConaughey may have a lot more public policy appearances coming because, according to a new poll, Matthew McConaughey commands more support to be Texas's next governor than incumbent Greg Abbott, 45% compared to 33%. That's a huge lead for someone who's not a politician. Although if he does officially enter the race, you can be sure they'll be looking for skeletons in his closet, or in McConaughey's case, ghosts of girlfriends past. Now, for those wondering, I can say categorically that Matthew McConaughey is not going to run for governor. He's going to drive a Lincoln, talking to himself the entire time. Anyway, back on the vaccine special. It may not be reaching the right groups because in a recent poll of Republicans and white evangelical Christians, almost 30% of each group says they will definitely not get a shot. Apparently, the message, the vaccine is safe and effective, isn't as believable as Hugo Chavez and a cabal of celebrity pedophiles stole an election from the least popular president in history in a plot that can only be understood by a man clutching his own pillow. Star-studded celebrity events are not going to convince the MAGA heads. That's why the White House has started running vaccine PSAs during NASCAR, on country music television, and the show The Deadliest Catch. And if that doesn't work, they're going to make the syringe more appealing with some truck nuts. Speaking of the extreme right, it was a big weekend for Georgia Representative and woman saying, seriously, get your Frisbee off my lawn, Marjorie Taylor Greene. On Friday, we learned that Greene was organizing a new America First caucus that would champion Anglo-Saxon political traditions. Aye! Anglo-Saxons! Americans are losing our pre-Norman conquest culture. When was the last time you buried an elder man in his longboat and prayed to St. Bede? We need to go back to a simpler time, when King Alfred divided the world into praying men, fighting men, and working men. Why, when I was a child, you could borrow an oxen from your liege lord, and all you had to do was some boon work in his fields. Oh, but kids today want to have their own Bluetooth oxen. It's like they never even read the village rolls or the Doomsday Book. The document also backs infrastructure projects so long as they are in keeping with the progeny of European architecture, whereby public infrastructure must be utilitarian as well as stunningly, classically beautiful. Well, sure, if you want evidence of the classic European roots of American architecture, look no further than the majestic combination KFC, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut at the rest stop on the Turnpike. In addition to promoting Anglo-Saxon culture, the document also claims that societal trust and political unity are threatened when foreign citizens are imported en masse into a country. Yes, America cannot bow to the pressure of foreign border crossers. Our Anglo-Saxon culture demands we go back to the traditions established by a tribe of Germanic invaders who settled with the Britons in an attempt to flee the Norse by Odin's beard. But Greene's caucus was short-lived because she got a haywain of criticism, so Greene called off the America First caucus following the backlash, with Greene's spokesperson going after the people who leaked the plan, calling them dirty, backstabbing swamp creatures. Okay, it's hard to believe she didn't author this ode to Anglo-Saxons when dirty, backstabbing swamp creatures is literally the plot of Beowulf. What? Speaking of dirty deeds, we have a new update on an old scam. You see, for years, GOP groups have been mass purchasing books written by Republicans to boost sales and get them on bestseller lists. That's so embarrassing. It's like when your dad has to buy all of your Girl Scout cookies because your cookies are painfully boring and blame everything on immigrants. This has always been a shady strategy, but one Republican's book purchases may have actually broken the law. I'm talking about Texas Senator and tragic victim of pube displacement disorder, Ted Cruz. Normally, Republicans write a book, then have a group like the RNC buy a bunch of them on the DL. But Ted Cruz is accused of bulk purchasing his new book using campaign money, which is likely illegal, and it wasn't just a few books. Cruz's campaign reportedly spent $154,000 of his supporters' funds on copies of his book. So a warning to anyone visiting Ted Cruz's house. You're going to leave with a book. Also, a warning to anyone visiting Ted Cruz's house. Ted Cruz is going to be there. We have a great show for you tonight. My guests are Anthony Hopkins, writer-director Florian Zeller, and Senator Mazie Hirono. But when we come back, I deliver on that penis promise. Stick around. Stick around!